everybody, and welcome to back to iRacing actually, and back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Earlier this week we got the new Indianapolis Grand Prix circuit. Finally we got the updated version, and you know, I love this track, I love this car, I love this series, so I thought, yeah, why not? We'll give this a go. I want to do IndyCar more often, so hopefully starting with this race I'll be doing that. And yeah, we've got a 40-lap race to do here. I've run this race once this week already, so I kind of have an idea of what to expect. In that previous attempt, I got spun at turn 1, but came back to finish 6th, so it was okay. But yeah, there was a long periods of that race where I was kind of on my own. So hopefully this one's a little bit more entertaining, and hopefully a little bit higher up in on the results board at the end. So yeah, about to jump into qualifying, and then we'll do the 40-lap race. Yeah, I'll take that. That's okay. In my race earlier in the week, I was just in the 11s in qualifying, so I'm a little bit annoyed not to have gotten there that time, as that looks like I could have got pole. But yeah, on to the race now. Well, I mean, that's where my half a second is missing. Didn't put my gloves on. God. Okay, yep. So mission is don't die at turn 1 and then see what happens, basically. So I've got to try and remember that the Hunko's car on the left is on primary, so he might be a bit slow to start. So if we can clear him relatively quickly, that'll be good, because he'll create a little bit of a log jam behind him. At least that's what I saw earlier in the week. But yeah, overall I'm a really big fan of this combination. It's a really fun car, really fun track, it's really raceable. Turn 1's a little bit of a bottleneck, so as I've said many times, I'm just trying to get through that and then see where we go from there. But yeah, this should be fun.
Okay, Jordan, be ready. Green, green, green. Understood, I'll give those calls. Car left. Still there. 3 wide, you're on the right. Left side. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. He's still there. Clear left. Car right. Still there. Still there. Right side's clear. On your right.
Fucking Red Bull.
There. He's still there. He's still there. Clear right.
Just no control to that dive. Oh my god.
E7. That last lap was a 1:13.05. The guy behind has just done a 1:13.23.
Bit deep. Red Bull guy looks a little bit quicker than me. I'm a little bit worried about his diving tendencies, but we move. I think all of us are a little bit quicker than Michael at this point.
Left side, clear left. Okay, Jordan, your water temperature looks quite high. 6th place, car right. Still there. Still there. Still there. Right side's clear. Nice one, mate. Right side, clear right, car right. He's still there. Clear right. It will end on lap 21.
I haven't got any damage. Car feels a little bit weird. That's so annoying. I was about to say that was a really satisfying overtake, but then he just ran over the back of me. Still, car's drivable. Can't tell if it's just damage or if it's just a placebo, but we're still going, that's important.
It's now about 1.5 seconds. The gap to Stafford behind is now 1.1 seconds.
Stafford's the one that's on the primaries. At some point there'll be a crossover where the primaries will be better, because the alternates will have worn off a little bit, so we might be approaching that point. Well, we're keeping rough sort of pace with the Red Bull, and that's where we kind of were before the accident as well, so I'm hoping that we haven't got any damage. Tyres are starting to reach that squirmy point. I do think that's predominantly why Derek is catching. I'm pulling away from Michael and Andrew, so I think it's just the primaries are better right now. Pushing quite hard here. I found that the other day there was some moments where the tyres would let go if you push too hard, but it was surprisingly durable, so I'm wanting to take a little bit more life out of them than I did earlier in the week. I think that was my 4th push to pass I've just activated. It's hard to keep track. I wish iRacing would add a little thing in the dash telling you how many you had.
Alright Jordan, that's good consistency, keep it up.
4 and the 14 battling is bringing us closer to them as well. That could be fun later.
Alright Jordan, ignore that fucker in the mirror, stick to your line, nail those exits. Car left, clear left.
That's messy from me. I'm glad Derek's good enough to not run in the back of me. He's definitely going to run in the back of me now that I've said that.
You've just done a 114.93.
I got spooked in that final couple of corners by the Red Bull jumping over the curb. I've done that so many times in practice and spun, so I expected him to do the same and he didn't. Juncos is getting a little impatient. He's starting to overshoot corners. Come on, turn, you bitch. That's the corner of the track that I struggle with the most, is carrying the speed through the penultimate corner. It really leaves me vulnerable down here.
Car right. He's still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
That was scary.
The gap to Stafford ahead is now 0.29.
Primaries are just a lot quicker than me right now, so let's try and hang on to the back of him best we can and see if he drags us up to the Red Bull. But not too worried about losing position to him, as long as I stay roughly in reach where, when the roles are reversed in the closing stages of the race, I might be able to come back at him. Why isn't it slowing down? That's been one of my stronger corners in practice, and now I can't slow it down. That's annoying.
We've been warned about track limits.
Can't pit yet either. That's really annoying. Oh well. Didn't lose a position, just lost time. Let's try and work it back. Nah, I'm coming now. Fuck it.
What's your speed? Pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour.
I was about to have a really bad last corner,
we'll
so I thought screw it. So primary stint coming up now. In the race I did earlier in the week, some people struggled to fire them up and had a lot of spins, so it's just going to be about
half distance,
getting into them, getting to the point where they're better than the alternates were,
4,
and just
3,
consistent laps
2,
to the end, no more mistakes.
1. Box now.
Okay, so Trevino pitted a lap before they said my window was open, but I do still think he can make it. I was quicker than him, so let's hunt him down. I want to get him back.
P12. The leader, Gomez, is pitting.
So the undercut brought us a little bit closer back to where we should be. These three were all quite close last time, so let's give it a go. Although Stafford will now be on the alternate, so be interested to see what happens to him through the rest of the race.
Alright Jordan, we've just cut the track.
A little over
The gap in
ambitious.
front is now 2.8.
Silly mistake. I need to cut out those little mistakes. That's what's really hurting me. That wide moment at the penultimate corner earlier. That time lost in the S's. I need to stop doing that. Me and Caballero are quite even pace. I was catching him a little bit, but not by much. If I can get Trevino by the end, I'll be happy. He's pushed it past that lap.
That lap was at 1:14.08. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap's now 0.6. P7. Left side, still there, still there. Hold your line. Clear left. Nice one, Jordan. Nice move, mate. If you don't cool this engine, you're really going to fuck it up.
What? The engine temps are fine. Okay, maybe we do have something for Caballero. Let's push on. 10 laps. Let's try and get him. Everyone else hangs that corner out a lot wider. Even in the IndyCar race earlier today they were doing it, but I just find I'm gaining time on everyone when I hold it tighter to the corner. It's interesting. I think I might be quicker, but he's driving more consistently right now. He's driving a lot better than me. At this point, I'm willing just to...
Your engine temperatures are okay.
Dial it back a little
engine
bit.
Temperatures.
Just keep running the pace I am. Hope Javier makes a mistake. I don't think if I push hard to catch him, I'm more likely to make a mistake. I'm happy finishing where I am, but we'll just keep it on the island and see if anything happens. See, at this point, Stafford's tyres are starting to wear off a little bit, but he's done such a good job of building a lead that we're not quite going to get him. Javier might if he has a perfect couple laps, but yeah, Derek's played this really well with the opposing tyre strategy. Final lap here, let's just bring it home, see if anybody makes a mistake. I doubt they will now, but be a good finish if we can just bring it home.
White flag, last lap. Your last lap time was at 1:14.17.
Immediately locks up. There we go. P6, I'll take that. You know, starting P7, we had a little bit of pace, we overtook some people early on. Managed to dodge
P6.
an absolute bullet with that when I think it was Paul ran over the back of me just after I overtook him. Really, really lucky there not to get any kind of meatball flag or any major damage. So yeah, I'll take that. Couple of silly mistakes by me. I really need to kind of iron those out. You know, the two off-track escapades that were of my own doing. That potentially cost me a position to Trevino in the end with the combined loss, but finished about where I think we should have done, so yeah, I'll take that. Christian finished P2, that was good. I'll go give him a little congratulations if I can catch him. Yes, good job by Christian. He was a little bit quicker than me. We did the Jimmy Broadbent charity race a couple of years ago. We were teammates in that, and he was a little bit quicker than me then, and yeah, he's still a little bit quicker than me. But nah, good on him for getting second. Anyway, let's bring it back to the pits, and then we'll have a look back at a couple of points of the race that I want to see what happened and how the hell I managed to survive that contact, actually.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
So in the race I did earlier in the week, I got spun at turn 1 after being on the outside. So if there's one thing I knew I wanted to do, it was not be on the outside. So I had the inside. I could have been quite aggressive here, but I wanted to play it safe. Luckily we kind of did. You know, if we'd washed out any further, we might have been in some contact there. Side by side with the Red Bull car, and mercifully we managed to prevail. Although he then had a bit of a scary dive bomb on us later on, which could have ended badly. Here again, could have been quite aggressive here. I thought about chucking it up the inside here, but that could have just ended badly going 4 wide, and turns out the red car was quite aggressive there anyway. But we managed to get ahead of the 11, the primary car. At this point we were a lot faster than them, so it was important that we did that. So really my goals for lap 1 were met. You know, I didn't die and I managed to get ahead of the primary car. So that was good for our race. I know Stafford in the Juncos car on the primaries ended up actually beating us, but you know, it was good that we got by him there. And that was the dive I wasn't very happy about by the Red Bull. He obviously thought the same thing as me and knew that he needed to get by the Juncos car, but in doing so he was quite out of control, and if I hadn't turned out of the corner there, like I had no reason to give him space there. He was nowhere near me as I turned into the corner, but it was only because I saw him coming that I left space. If I had taken the corner normally, like here, you look at my steering input, it was that saved us from making contact there, and otherwise, you know, I think we did make contact slightly, but it was that safety that kept me out of trouble there. Here's a look from it from on board. Right there I saw him coming and I was like, nope, getting out of that. And then just on board with him just to emphasize how far back he was. Like he was within distance to have a go at the Juncos car, granted, because the Juncos car was on the primaries, but then he just went a little bit too far and just went too deep. He made the corner, fair enough, but only because I turned out of it. So yeah, I wasn't very happy with that, but at least we managed to keep the position and keep ourselves on track. Oh yeah, and then there was this incident where we came round and there was a car in the middle. I want to find out what happened here, because this guy I think was running in the mix here. So this is a guy running in third. And he just gets out of the groove, gets a bit too hard on the throttle, and BAM! That's tough. And how he doesn't have more damage. Netcode saved Paul. Because look at this. My game says he's dead. But straight back again. So I think Paul did get some damage from that contact with the leader that spun, because we closed up to him pretty quickly, and I think around here is when I thought about making a move there as well, but he covered the inside pretty well, and that was fair. And then here I was sort of just undercutting. Yeah, and then pedal just goes wide anyway, so no, Paul just goes wide anyway, so that was a decent position there. It's a shame that I lost a bit of ground to Petty there, but yeah, not too bad. Ah, yeah, and it was Petty that I end up having the problem with. So he defends to the inside, I go to the outside. I've always been pretty good on the brakes there until the end of the race, so I held it around the outside and managed to get the position. But then it's in the next corner, he just rams me. Like, he must have just completely missed his braking point. Yeah, I think he was losing the car or something, because it looks like to him, it looks like the back end starts stepping out. So let's ride on board with him and see. Well, not on board with him, but this camera. So we're quite far ahead here, and this corner isn't much of a braking zone, so too much for him to have a go, but he just completely misses his braking point and runs into the back of me. And mercifully, it was only light. I was able to just keep it on the track. If I'd gotten in the green there, that would have been awful. Here we go. Here's on board from my view. And here's a thwack in 3, 2, 1. just about managed to keep it off of the grass, lost the position to the Red Bull car, and I was really worried at this point that we'd have some kind of rear end damage, but mercifully he hit me light enough that it didn't happen. Like, he was not making that corner well, he didn't make that corner even though I was there, so yeah, luckily we only lost the one position. We just about managed to keep ahead of Paul as well, and yeah, for the second time this week I managed to escape some pretty serious damage, so yeah, I was really lucky there. On lap 28 we'd caught Trevino, and it was just about, I knew I was a little quicker than him, so it was about just not overdriving and just getting the move done. He goes a little bit deep in here, so I thought I'll swing it a little wider and focus on getting a good exit. Use push to pass here, you know, risked spinning up the tyres a little bit, but you know, I wanted to get the move done, and yeah, the push to pass was easily able to get us alongside. I thought he might have been letting me have it, but the way he breaks into turn 1, he was definitely trying to hold it around the outside, but luckily I was just a little bit better on the brakes than he was, and that was the move done. So that was P6 in the end. Like I said, the lap times between me and the Red Bull car, whose name I keep forgetting, Caballero, sorry, they were very close, but you know, we were so close that I wasn't really going to catch him without a problem. And then, yeah, Stafford came back toward us toward the end of the race as his reds wore off, but he was just a little bit too far ahead for us to do anything about it. So, yeah, P6 in the end. Yeah, started 7th, finished 6th. A couple of little mistakes I could have avoided, and a huge bullet dodged when that car hit the back of me. But ultimately I think 6th was about where I should have finished, maybe 5th if I cut out some of those mistakes, but that's something to learn later on. But yeah, I think that'll do. I want to do more IndyCar. I keep saying every time I race IndyCar I need to drive it more often, and I think I want to start doing that now. I'm a little bit annoyed because I've made that commitment to myself, and I know Pocono's in a couple of weeks, and I hate Pocono with a passion. But yeah, I'll keep doing these races. Hopefully this video was somewhat enjoyable to watch, and yeah, hopefully catch you next time for some more IndyCar racing. See you later.